Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name's Bryony and I am one half of the Indecisive Readers. Today for you I am going to go through my 2020 bookish goals part 2. I did this in about July. I went through the goals I came up with at the start of January and realised how wrong I went. I redid some of my goals after that video and yeah, let's see how they are. Obviously when I made these goals I didn't know that we would be locked down for like half of the year. We've just technically come back out of lockdown, the shops are open, but obviously you shouldn't go out. So things haven't really changed still, and so I don't think a lot of my kind of non-bookish goals have changed, but I do want to just kind of go through and see what they were when I started this in July. So I had two parts to this. I had goals that I came up with in January and then I had new ones that I came up with in July. So I suppose I'll just start with the ones I kind of carried on from January. So the first was read more variety, and I have generally, I've read more non-fiction than usual. In this I've been reading more non-fiction books this year so far, but I still want to read some classics. I hope to branch out into verse, poetry and maybe a thriller. Now I haven't read a thriller. I've read one bit of poetry and another of verse, and I've read two classics, so not loads more, but like it has kind of diversified my reading a bit. I've read more middle grade than I did probably last year, although possibly not more than I did at the start of the year, but we're getting there. I have plans to read some like historical fiction. I have some plans to read some contemporary fiction, so yeah, hopefully we will continue to read some more variety. Then work through my existing TBR before buying too many more. Yeah, probably not. I filmed a book haul 2 days ago and I had quite a few on there. However, I don't know. I filmed my unread books on my shelf and I haven't actually edited it, so I don't know how many there are, but I know it's going to be more because I brought more. But to be fair, in my defense, in that book haul I had like books I'd read and books I hadn't read yet, and like whilst the books I hadn't read yet was bigger, there were a lot I had read because I was only really buying like special editions or ones I knew I was going to read. So like I don't feel too bad, but I do a little bit. I've got lots of plans sometimes. DNF books I'm not enjoying. Yeah, it still hasn't happened. There have been a few like really bad ones, but if it's not a book I would definitely love, try to borrow it from the library or find it secondhand. So I obviously haven't really been able to buy secondhand recently. I would quite like to go out to the charity shops during the week, but we'll see, because I don't really need to go out and so I shouldn't, but I am still using my library. Keep a book journal. So I started it physically in January and then I started it digitally on here in July. You will be able to see my July digital journal because I did film a video about it, but I haven't carried it on ever. Be better at organising and better at scheduling. And you know what? I've been okay at this, which is exactly what I said in the blog post. I'm still less good at doing blog posts in advance, but I have a plan now, so I know that once a week we will have a other thing and then once a week we will have a review, and usually I have a review kind of plan. It's only difficult when I haven't recently finished a book or recently finished a book and have had lots of thoughts, but I've got one for tomorrow. I've got an idea for what I'd like next week, and then I've got one for the week afterwards planned. I struggle more with the other ones because sometimes I've got loads of ideas and then sometimes I won't, and it'll be the day and I'm like, oh god, I need to write something. But like we're okay, and my videos, at least my videos for the next month or two, are okay. I have 2 videos a week planned for the whole of December. They are pre-filmed, they're not necessarily pre-edited yet, and I have a lot filmed for January just accidentally, so we're doing okay. I just need to carry on with writing those blog posts. Get a job. No, I've had a couple of interviews, but no job yet. Maybe it will change before the end of the year, but I doubt it because we're still in lockdown. And then the next one is write. And I actually have done it. I wrote a book, technically. I finished writing a book. It was about, how many words was it? It was just over 70,000 words, and it was like a fake dating romance, and I really enjoyed it, and I would like to go back over it at some point, but I just haven't got round to yet because when I write I don't tend to read, and obviously I want to read before the end of the year, so I hope next year I can kind of like balance it a bit better. I do have another plan for a kind of enemies to lovers romance with dancing, and I'm very excited to get to it, and I feel like kind of around Christmas I'll be in the mood because it's kind of like pantomime based, maybe. Then go to more book events. Obviously I can't really do that, but I should have gone to kind of online ones because I don't even have to leave the house, but I just haven't for some reason, so I'm hoping to still do that in January because I think they'd be so interesting. I just don't get around to it for some reason. Interact with others' blog posts and videos. I still need to do this. I always save blog posts I want to read, and I always save videos I want to watch, but when I'm watching videos I want to be like actively watching them so I can comment, which I know you don't always have to do, people just appreciate the watch time, but like I would like to do it, and so I will do that, even if it's just leaving them on in the background, looking in the description and seeing which ones they've mentioned and be like, I like that one, or I don't like that one, or it's on my TBR or something. So the new goals for the second half of the year, the first one is read 100 books in the year. Now I have done this, I have surpassed this. I think I surpassed it in October, and I was like, should I put it up again? And people were like, chill Bryony, it's okay. How many have I currently read this year? So today is the 3rd of December and I have read 118 books. I'm halfway through another 2 and I've got another 4 on my December TBR, I think. So maybe I would get to 124. That's really frustrating. Oh, I'll find another one because that would be really annoying if I reached 124 only. But I have read over 100 books, so that's cool. I've achieved that one. Be better at posting on Instagram. I'm actually doing really well with this. I will put a picture of my feed up here, but I've posted every day for like a few weeks. I don't know if it's a month yet, but I've been trying to do it better. I really want to come up with a theme, but also I like the freedom of not having a theme. So what I'm low-key doing at the moment is making a rainbow on every other post, being like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, blue, purple, pink, and then red again. So kind of do a cycle, but alternate that with non-colourful ones every time because I just can't always get a colour or can't always have a colour that matches, and I quite like having a colour that you can like pick out from the title or from the cover or something and using that as a background. So I'm quite enjoying that. I'm doing some reels. I have a reel going up on Saturday that I'm quite excited about, which is my Christmas tag, and I enjoyed filming the video and then I was like, let's do it as a reel, and I quite enjoyed that too. So yeah, I am getting better at posting on Instagram and hopefully it's getting better. I posted a picture of Priory last night and it will definitely be my most liked post ever. I think it's like creeping up. It's not quite yet, but the other one I've had since January, it's like over 200, which is madness to me because it hasn't been up for 24 hours yet. Then make a dent in my NetGalley backlog. In, I want to say September, I hit 80% on it, which was incredible. It has gone down a bit. It's probably about 75% now because I have like recently got 4. It's like 3 and a sample, and so I need to read those and review them, but they come out in January, so I will be reading them soon. And it's just getting through the backlog. One of them I've said I'm not going to review because it's a sequel to a book I have no interest in, so you know, I might come back to it, but at the moment I don't plan on it, but we're getting there. Then I have started the Indecisive podcast. So I've said this is something Sam's will do. I have done the first episode. We have got 1 episode out, but we just haven't got around to filming it again because obviously we're apart, which probably actually makes it easier to do, but like we haven't done, and then we just haven't had time for it to be posted because I've kind of was planning on doing it instead of a video, but obviously all of December I am full up of videos, so maybe in January we'll have another episode. Then continue to read more diversely. So this, I mean, not necessarily in terms of genre, I mean in terms of like content. So I brought a lot of books. My last book haul was called Anything But a Straight White Man book haul, and I think it was right by the time it went up. I always buy a lot by women. I don't think I really read anything by men, but I've been trying to read more non-binary people, more trans authors, more black authors, and I have a lot by black authors. I think I need to do more on the trans front, but I'm very much looking forward to reading more. Then read at least one educational non-fiction book every month. Maybe a bit. There are some months where I don't always manage it, some months where it kind of has to carry on over 2 months, like I started reading Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race, and I didn't end up reading it until the end of November, so I'm carrying it on over into December, but generally I'm trying. Sometimes I just need to, not necessarily I need to be in the mood, but I need to be in like the right frame of mind. And the final one is catch up on my Goodreads reviews, and I was good at the start of the year, and then in about June I gave up, and I've kind of kept on top of the ones from October. Halfway, no, I'm not really there with the ones in November, I was going to say, but if I don't have plans for this afternoon, I haven't worked out what I'm going to do this afternoon, I might try and catch up on some of those, so then when my November wrap up goes up, at least those will have reviews. But I've told myself I'm not allowed to mark a book as read unless I'm going to straight away write a review, so I need to mark a couple as read, so best do that for at least those. Hi everyone, so I'm checking in a couple of weeks after I initially filmed the review of my goals. I was looking back at the post and realised I didn't just finish with goals, I also finished with some books I was hoping to read in 2020, so I thought I'd go through and actually see if I did read them. So the first is Hidden Bodies by Caroline Kepnes. This was the sequel to You, which I did a post on in 2019, so I wanted to read this to do a follow-up, but I didn't. I did, however, read Son of the Shadows by Juliette Roulier. I also read Physic by Angie Sage and Quest by Angie Sage. I didn't read Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I did, however, read the Hunger Games trilogy by Suzanne Collins. I did also read Pretending by Holly Bourne. I didn't read Queen of Coin and Whispers by Helen Corcoran. However, it is on my list of 21 books that I want to read in 2020. No, 2021. Oh my god. Then I did read The Empire of Gold by S.A. Chakraborty. What I've just written on this list for the next book is TBS 4 by Samantha Shannon. So obviously when I wrote this, we didn't even know what the book was going to be called. I think it was also meant to come out in this year, but timings and deadlines and things meant it has been delayed until the start of 2021. However, I do have a copy of it, and it is like one of the earliest books I'm planning on reading in the new year, so hopefully I'll get to it soon. Then I have Mine by Emily Merrill, which I haven't read. How Do You Like Me Now by Holly Bourne, I have read. Daughters of Henri by Rennie K. Mayo, I have read. The Pride, the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon, which was a reread, I have reread twice. Then Ash by Melinda Lowe, I have read. Wilder Girls by Rory Power, I have read. Normal People by Sally Rooney, I haven't read. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams, I haven't read. The Court of Miracles by Kester Grant, I have read. I wasn't aware that was on this list. The Queen of the Tearling by Erica Johansson, I haven't read. And Heartstopper by Alice Oseman, I have read. So yeah, I'm just going to jump back in with the end of the video, but I thought I might as well include this. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed me looking back through them. I still need to come up with my ones for next year and kind of see if I want to carry any of these over, but I feel like I've generally done all right. Like obviously there are some I can't do because of COVID and things, but I think it's been okay. Let me know how you've done on terms of your goals. How have you done? Have you achieved any? Have you not? Do you think you're going to change any for next year? I know last time I put a subscriber and blog count kind of goal, and I wasn't going to set one, but I think as of today I'm 245 subscribers on the channel, so I'm like, would 5 more people like to subscribe? But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you in another video. Bye.